Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Luminess. I am your beauty expert, Dorothy Strohall, and I'm here to do a live, hang out with you, and do a demo. So we are going to do some makeup demos. We are going to talk about how to use liner. I had one of our peeps out there. You make the request that we would use liner to help create different looks, to show different looks with liner. And so today I'm going to do that. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for the likes with the love and the thumbs up. If you wouldn't mind, I would love for you to share this. I would love for you to follow us here at Luminess and really just let your friends know what we're doing and what's going on and all of that good stuff. So today, because we had a request about how to make an eyeliner change your eye shape or how to do that, I did a quick live demo the other day doing one half of my eye, making it a rounder eye, and one half of my eye, making it an almond shape. And so just simple ways of using liner to change the shape of your eyes. So that is really what we're going to do today. I am going to do a demo with, normally everybody talks about the cat eye. Everybody talks about how to get that cat eye out, all of that good stuff. And so yeah, we're going to talk about making your eyes rounder because my eyes are kind of naturally almond shaped. They kind of go out. But how do you make that rounder eye look? Make them look more open, make them look rounder just by using liner and mascara, not by doing any kind of special effects, not by doing anything like weird to where if you go out in public, people are like, okay, what is wrong with you? Nothing like that. We're going to do some simple tricks using our eyeliner a little bit differently to change the shape of our eyes to be wider, more open, and a little rounder. Okay, so that is the demo goal for today. Again, if you don't know who I am, my name is Dorothy Strohall. I am the beauty expert here with Luminess. I love getting to hang out with you, love getting to talk and show and have all of the conversations with you. And so, yeah, let me know what you like. Let me know what you're looking for in your demos. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will definitely accommodate that. So, okay, the first thing, if you're going to do a rounder, more open eye, is going to be really the placement of your eyeliner and your mascara. Like you can do a different placement with shadows. And of course, that'll lean into, like if you elongate the shadow out, that'll lean into it. But really what we're doing is we're opening things. And so I just want to like focus on liner and the mascara placement because that really, really will. Good morning, Jackie. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for commenting. If you are here watching, go ahead and comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from, all of that good stuff so that I can say hello and we can connect. So yeah, that's what I would love. Go ahead and do that. Say hello. So hello, Jackie. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. We are going to be talking about, you can hear my dog in the background. I'm going to need her to stop. But we're going to talk about liner. So the first thing to do an open eye and to make it a little bit wider is you're going to need a nude eye pencil. So when I use the cat eye, I will use a liquid and I will go out. But don't use white. I know that we have a lot of people that like to use white, but this is really a natural skin nude color. And so this is really what I use to get that nice open look. And in that placement of it, you'll be able to immediately tell that my eyes open up just a little bit more. So let me go ahead and show you the placement of this. Let me grab my mirror. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to do one side so you can just see it with the natural, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my tight line, water line up in top, and then the waterline up and bottom. And I know that sounds really odd. Most people don't think about that. They don't do that. As a matter of fact, we do that when we want to do a darker, more smoky eye, but because we're trying to open the eye a little bit, we're going to actually use the nude liner. So I'm going to go ahead and use it on that tight line right underneath my lashes. And I'm going to use it on the waterline. And it's a little heavy on this waterline, so I'll leave it heavy for now, and then I'll come back at the very end after I get everything on, and I'll fade it out. See how that kind of makes it glow? I'm like, woo! Hello, Jenny. Good to see you. Glad you're here. That is a little bright. So let's, and the reason that's so bright is because, you know, it's against my skin, but it's also against my dark lashes and my dark eyes and all of the, you know, the darkness under my eyes. And so that alone right there automatically opens and makes my eye naturally look a little larger than what it did before. Now, I mean, it doesn't make it larger. It just gives that illusion that it's a little bit larger. So another thing, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. That's the first thing that's going to kind of widen that eye up a little bit, open that eye up a little bit, and really just give us that open look. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to take our cut palette, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to just put a light color on my lid because I don't have a lot of lid, right? I want to like lighten that up just a little bit and let that just be a little bit more natural. If you'll see, this is my natural darkness on the lid. And so this one, I'm just going to lighten up a hair and let you see that. Now I'm going to replicate this on the other side, but I do want you to be able to see the difference in the eye shape as we're going along. So I'm only going to do half of it right now. Okay. So liner. Now I use liner in powder. You can do this in a regular eyeliner stick form, but because I'm 50 and because, you know, I have a little bit fairer skin, I want it to be a little bit softer, a little bit lighter, all of that good stuff. So I'm actually going to take just a matte medium brown. I'm going to go with this depth of brown right here. And I am going to place it right in the center on the bottom. I want my eye wider, but I also want it rounder. So I'm going to put the focus of it down here right in the center. So right in that center area is where I'm going to put that dark little liner. And that is going to give the illusion of my eye coming down some. You see that just brought it down a little bit. And so I do want to lean into that open eye, letting it come down some look. So now all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. So if you have any questions as we go along, please don't be shy. Go ahead and ask. Again, my name is Dorothy. I have the honor and privilege of getting to be a beauty expert here at Luminess and doing demos and answering questions and all of the fun stuff, doing color matches with clients and just really getting to hang out with you guys. And I love that. Thank you for hanging out with me and letting me know what you want to see, letting me know what you want to learn. Okay. And we had a question come in is how do you do different eye shapes? How do you do different eyeliner techniques? And here's a little bit of a different one. So now I'm going to come in with a lash that has a thinner brush. Usually I would go in with a fluffier lash brush, a fluffier kind of brush, but this one really lets me have that lash brush that will open and elongate that eye. And I'm going to focus the length of my eye when I put those lashes on right here in the middle. Normally I focus it on the outer corner, you know, giving that little wing look, giving that little cat eye look, all of that. I'll do it right here in the outer corner. But on this one, I'm going to do it right in the middle. And so this is literally just liner, just mascara, and the placement of it to change our eye shape. So and I'm not, okay, so when I normally would apply mascara, you've seen the technique of them saying, rub it into the bottom of the lash line and pull up, rub it into the bottom of the lash line and pull up. I'm not going to do that because I want that upper tight line to stay light. So I'm really just going to tip them and pull them up and lengthen them all the way across. But then after I get like one little coat all the way across, I'm going to tip out the center. So there's my one little coat all the way across, okay? So now I'm going to tip out the center and make it even longer right there in the center of my eye so that it opens that eye up just a little bit. So let's just tip it, tip it, tip it, and see. Okay. And that gives that open eye look. Now, for me, this is a personal preference. You can do it however you want. I like this outer corner a little bit more solid, a little bit more connected from the top to the bottom. You don't have to do that. You could just like live with this and love this and let this be your eye look that was open. But I like it a little bit more connected. So I'm going to actually come in with a lighter brown right here, just a softer, lighter brown, and I'm going to connect that. Now, if you'll remember, I used the darker brown on the middle part, and I did that because I wanted that depth to drop down. This lighter brown just does that little connection on the eye, making it a little bit wider out here, but I did do that bottom one underneath. Hello, Andrea. Good morning. I don't have set days and times that I'll be coming on. I will be doing it at random, so follow so that you'll be able to know when I go live. A lot of times it'll be in the morning time, but it's going to be a couple of times a week, most likely. And so you just kind of got to follow. I'm sorry, I don't have a set date or time that we're doing it. Okay, so this is the liner. So we're going from just my natural shape eye, which is a little more almond shape, to me using liner and mascara and things to round up my eyes just a bit. Now, again, I don't necessarily want my eye glowing that much, but I'm going to still let it be. And as an ending kind of thing, I am going to equalize them out and make it a little bit softer. So now that I am here, I'm going to go ahead and do this eye to match it so I don't look a little bit off-centered. Andrea, in doing nighttime regimen, what step do you use the Bulgarian Rose Serum? So for me, if I am doing my nighttime regimen, the Bulgarian Rose Serum that we have in our skincare is really a great, almost like a toner, because it does bring some balance to the skin. It does give some hydration. So if it were me and I was using that, I would actually wash my face pretty thoroughly, exfoliate if I was going to do that. And then I would use the Bulgarian Rose Serum right after that, and then apply my other serums for my skincare. So it can be used at any point in there. It's just going to be a portion of it and give a little bit more help with hydration, a little bit more help with balancing out the pH in your skin. So again, you can even use it afterwards. You can use it to prep before your makeup. So it can either be the first or the last or somewhere in between. There's really no way to go wrong with that. So thank you for asking, though. I think it's just a great product that can go in between at any point. I definitely wouldn't use it after. If you're using the retinol serum, I wouldn't use it after that. I would use it before the retinol serum. But any of the other lighter serums, it can go in with and work well with. Okay, so here, let's even these eyeballs out a little bit. So let me go ahead and put my liner on this one. Again, this is a nude liner. It's not white, but it looks very, very light on my eye in comparison to my lashes, in comparison to the darkness around my eyes. And so it's going to give that illusion that I'm looking for with the open eye and the rounder eye, which is my goal, right? We're using liner and mascara to do a different shape on the eye than what is our, normal go-to, which I normally lean into a little bit more of a almond shaped eye. But I had someone make the comment and ask for, different eye shapes, different ways that we can use liner to create different looks. And so that is what we're doing. Okay, so I've just put the nude liner on the bottom of my eye and on the top tight line. Now I'm going to come in to replicate this using it's a medium brown. It's not super dark. And I'm just going to put it in the middle because I want to pull that eye down illusionally. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it in the middle right here, right underneath the iris, the dark spot. And watch that illusion pull that down. And then for me, I like to connect it on the outer end. And so I'm going to use a lighter color brown that is not as dramatic to connect that lighter outer portion for me. So that pulls my eye down, makes my eye look a little bit wider. And then the mascara technique, we're going to do again. Again, we're going to do a coat all the way across with a longer, thinner brush that will make them long and wispy, but I'm not going to focus on the outer corner like I normally would when I wisp or when I lengthen them out. I'm going to focus on that inner portion. I'm also not going to do my little rub in that gives my upper line that darkness because I want that upper tight line to stay light. Because again, I'm doing an illusion, giving a roundness, a little bit more of a roundness to my eye. So I'm really changing the way the light hits my eye. If you want to know the truth, that's really what I'm doing. And if you'll see, I'm focusing on the middle portion, stretching those middle lashes up. And I haven't done my bottom lashes yet. I will do those at the very, very end. Okay. So there's my more open, more rounded eye. And anybody can do this with their eye shape. If you have a rounder eye, it'll definitely go rounder. If you have an elongated almond eye, it'll open it up a little bit and elongate it a little bit. Now, here's the quick and easy part. My foundation. You know what I'm going to use because it is quick and it is easy. So I am going to come in with, of course, my airbrush spray foundation, and we're going to polish this look up, make it happen. Okay, one of my favorite things is the primer. My skin's a little on the drier side, so I am going to just use a really good amount of primer on there. Put it on my skin, let it do its job in blurring it. It really does calm the skin. It really does set the skin up for success in doing in applying your foundation. So now, if you have oilier skin, of course, you use a little bit less. If you have dry skin, of course, use a little bit more. It really comes down to your skin and knowing your skin type and what your skin needs and how it feels and all of that good stuff. I even use the primer down onto my neck because I feel like it just really gives a lot of hydration and helps smooth things out. Okay. And the foundation, shake, shake, shake really well to make sure you get the pigment out. This is like the food coloring of makeup. And so it's very, very high pigmented. Some of the biggest challenges we see coming in where people aren't loving their look is because they're using too much of the foundation. They're putting too much on their brush. All you need is 2 short sprays like that, and that will do half your face. I promise you, half your face. And so I'm going to come in, blend that in to my face, buff it out, and let it polish and do its thing. Yes, I use the same side of the brush as I did with the primer. It's all blending together anyway, and this brush really does a great job polishing and blending and doing its thing. And so why not? if I need a little bit of extra, then of course I will come in and add that little bit of extra. But usually for a medium coverage, if you don't have any like super hot spots to do, 2 sprays on half your brush will give you that nice even medium coverage, still leaving your skin, still allowing it. Now, when you buff this on, you have to remember that the heat of your skin is what activates this pigmentation, and the heat of your skin is what emulsifies it and allows it to disperse. So that is one of the reasons why we don't want to overload the brush with too much pigment. We want that pigment to emulsify, and we do want it to disperse. It kind of expands out on your skin. So it may look like a little bitty bit, but once it expands, it starts to give that coverage and that polished look that you are looking for. Okay, Andrea, how do you clean the brush? You can do one of a couple of things. If this is your personal brush, you can do this right after every one to get any excess off that you want. I do recommend that once every 2 weeks or so, you give it a bath, use some antibacterial soap, use some Dawn, use something of the nature to really get all of the pigmentation out and just really clean it and wash it out. So that's the quick way. You can do just a wipe off clean. And then after a couple weeks, you probably need to do a deep clean. Okay, so that is the simple, easy way of opening your eye, getting a little bit more of a rounder eye, making your eyes just with liner and mascara. Now, the one thing I am going to do is, because I feel like it's still a little glowy underneath, I'm going to go in with one of my little brushes, doesn't have anything on it, and I'm just going to soften that and take off a little bit of that excess pigmentation so I don't feel like I'm looking like I'm glowing. I want it to look natural when I talk to people or when I see them in person. I don't want them to be distracted by some thick white line underneath my eye. And so I'm going to be very, very cautious with that. Also, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do a little bit of concealer to finish off. And literally all I'm going to do is brush that around and blend it out. Does anybody have any questions about placement on how to create a rounder eye look? We can go into a more almond shaped look, but I naturally have an almond shaped look. And so I thought, let's go against the natural shape that I have. Let's do a little bit of a more wide open almond or rounder eye look that gives that illusion of it being open and more open. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do on my eyes is I'm going to go back in one more time with my thin little mascara. I'm going to tip out this middle right here. Again, I'm going to hit that so that those middle lashes are super long, super open, and the focus is on the middle portion of my eye. And then I'm going to come down on the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tip out that bottom right here, right where I put that dark eyeliner. I'm going to tip that out. And then I'm going to use my little brush right here and just move some of that little bit of darkness onto the outer corners. I don't want to actually do the mascara on the outer corner, because if I do that, then it's going to lengthen them. I just want to darken those. I want the length right here. And so I'm going to come in, separate them, add a little bit of that darkness to the other lashes, but leave that length right there in the middle. If you'll see, that really did a turn down open eye look. And that is what I am going for today. Okay, my final steps. You know it. You know I'm going to contour my lovely forehead. And I'm going to use the cut palette to do so because it's one of my favorite. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the questions. Would love for you to share this and make sure you follow if you want to kind of hang out and see some more tips and tricks. That's what we're doing. Answering questions, all of that good stuff. Gonna do a little bit there, making that little chin go away. And then, of course, you got to love the blush. Gonna add some blush and then do my final buff. How many of you do a buff on your skin after you're finished with your makeup? Is that a technique that you use? For me, that's one of the techniques that I don't miss. And I'll tell you the benefits of it. So you doing a final buff, I use a flat brush that has no makeup on it, has no stuff on it. And I do, oh, yay, Andrea, you do a buff. Awesome. I do a buff with this because the buff blends everything out, makes sure that everything is soft, and then it takes off any excess color, foundation, blush, anything that is excess that I don't really need, and I want it to be seamless and look natural. The buff does that. It just blends everything together, takes off any excess that I have, and makes sure that it looks nice and soft and natural. Love it. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. And if I want to clean my buffer brush, if I'm not doing a real clean, I'll just come in and you'll see it picked up a little bit, but not a whole lot. And voila. So the only other thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of the foundation that fell down into my lips. Hold on. I'm not going to do a lipstick today because I want it to be all about the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a tinted lip balm on. Let those lips be moisturized. Let them be natural in what they are. When you use like a tinted lip balm, it is, it's moisturizing, but it's also not a hard color. It's just adding hydration to your lips and keeping them nice and soft and supple. So, okay, that is it, guys. That is how we make the illusion of a rounder eye, a bigger eye, it more open, just by using strategic placings on liner, on mascara, all of that good stuff. So if you have any questions or if you would like to see anything specific in our little tutorials or what we're doing, please ask. We are here to do that. That is what we love to do. And we love hanging out with you guys. So